welcome back. I want to apologize for being MIA on this channel lately. I've been doing nothing but working super hard on this new collection that I'm about to reveal today. We're kind of going in a different direction this year. We're trying to transition into a lot more woven patterns. I've been wanting to do this for a little while now. Not that I'm never going to do any knit patterns ever again, but I feel like the group has gotten to a point where everyone wants to kind of be challenged just a little bit more, and I am 100% on board with that. So if you're looking for something new to sew, or maybe try some new techniques, stick around to hear about all of our new patterns coming. The big Grunge collection will consist of 6 brand new patterns. But before we talk about that, I really quickly want to also announce that along with this release, the rave pattern is going to be updated. We were kicking around ideas for just a basic knit top to put with the collection because I felt like it would go really, really well with all of the woven patterns. But one of the testers suggested to update rave instead. And I feel like that was just the better decision. That way we're not just releasing another knit top. And rave, as you know, is packed full of options. The update will include the new size chart. So as always with all of my updates, if you have purchased rave before, you will get the update for free. So make sure you check your email on Friday for the updated link. If you purchased it on Etsy, you'll just have to shoot me an email with your Etsy proof of purchase, and I will get the updated rave files to you. And now on to the new patterns. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce you to every single pattern really quick individually. And then afterwards, I'm going to talk about how they're bundled and all of the price points. First up is the Teen Spirit top. It's one of the more basic patterns that we're releasing with this collection. It is dolman style. It has cropped and full length options. I'm wearing one today and it is super comfortable. I just felt like this type of style was important to add into the collection. There are neckband options, and there's also the option to add a hood. You can add sleeves or not. There's also an option to add elastic to the cropped hem and make it look kind of like a sporty hoodie. Next up is the Malibu dress. This is also one of the more simple basic patterns that are in the collection. It's very vintage 90s. I think everyone my age at one point or another in the 90s had a dress just like this. It is knit and it's very comfortable. A lot of the testers layered this one over the rave. It comes with 2 dress lengths. There's a mini version and a full length dress version. And we've also been doing some modifying of this one to turn it into a top, so be on the lookout for that in the group as well. Next up are the Seether skirts, and those are named after Veruca Salt Seether, not Seether the band. There are 2 versions of this skirt included in the pattern. There's a pleated version, and there's a color blocked circle skirt version. Both of these skirts have the same waistband piece, the same waistband construction, and it has a zipper closure. This pattern is woven, and it's been pretty much a staple piece for all of the testers who have been testing all of the other patterns. So now that you've seen the Teen Spirit top, the Malibu dress, and the Seether skirts, those have been bundled into what I'm calling the basic mini grunge collection. You can buy all of them individually. So each of those patterns will be $7 a piece at full price. During the release, when it's 25% off, they will each be $5.25. If you wanted to buy the mini set, which includes all 3 of those patterns, that's priced $15 for the set at full price. But if you buy it during the release, it's $11.25. When you purchase a bundle instead of 3 individual patterns, you get $2 off each pattern. Now let's get to some more new patterns. The next pattern is probably my favorite out of the whole collection, the Everlong Pants. These pants are woven and they are darted in the back, and they have these amazing box pleats in the front, and they also have a pocket option. The closure is a side zip. These are a cropped style. In the 90s, they were wearing these with combat boots a lot, so that's why most of the styles are cropped. The contoured waistband is bias cut, so it's really comfortable to wear. I'm really excited about this pant pattern because included in the instructions are grading from waist to hip to thigh to calf. The marks are already on there. It's very simple to grade. There's lengthen and shorten instructions for your inseam. So if you wanted to make the pants longer, you can go ahead. The major thing that I want to mention about this pattern is to please, please, please measure before you start the project. This pattern has plenty of ease through the hips. These are not a legging. With these woven patterns, you need a lot more ease so that you can actually sit down in them. No 90s grunge collection is complete without a flannel shirt. This is Paranoid. This is definitely your basic slouchy fit flannel shirt. This is not fitted. This is for layering over the other pieces. We've tied them around our waist like we did every day as a teenager in the 90s. It's very, very comfortable. The only part that may be a little bit tedious is the buttons and the buttonholes. And if you know me, you know I would much rather install 1,000 zips than do one buttonhole, but it's totally worth it. Buttonholes really aren't that bad. They just take a little time. There are options for either one pocket, two pockets, or no pockets. The sleeves do have a button closure as well. I really love this pattern. This one was a lot of fun to make, and it made me kind of reminiscent. And last but definitely not least, we did a Moto Jacket and we're calling it Zombie. This one is a woven jacket. There is the separating zipper that zips all the way from the hem and across. There's a zipped pocket on either side. I really love this pattern because just by changing the fabric, you can have a completely different look. Like this one, I used a corduroy outer and I lined it with Sherpa. So you can see how different it looks just by changing the fabric. It's a little softer. I always wanted Jordan's coat off of my so-called life. So this is kind of my version of it. I will say about this jacket in particular, I thought I was being smart and I was going to double line it because the corduroy seemed a lot thinner than the Sherpa. So there's another layer of fleece in between all of these layers. I would suggest sizing up on that because it just made it super, super snug with all of that thick, fluffy fabric in there. My arms look like they're about to pop when I wear it, but I still love it. I'm still going to wear it, and it's just a fun style. So now that you've seen Everlong, Paranoid, and Zombie, those are bundled together in a mini set too that I'm calling the Ultra Grunge mini set. They're probably my three favorite out of all of them. Those will be priced at $9 a piece individually at full price. So during the release, that makes them $6.75. Or if you want to buy the Ultra set altogether, that's going to be priced at $21, which means that during the sale, there'll be $15.75 for all three patterns together. Now, as I said before, you can buy all 6 of these patterns separately, but if you want to buy all of them, there's a bundle for that too. So if you want to buy the entire Grunge starter pack, that one is priced at $32 for all 6 patterns. So on sale for 25% off on Friday, it will be $24. So you can basically get this entire Grunge collection for only $4 a pattern. Bundling up saves you money. This collection releases Friday, and you will be seeing all of my testers posting in the group. Their photos are in the listing. They're all phenomenal. These testers did a great job. I was asking a lot of them to test 6 patterns all at once. Plus we threw Rave in there too. I think they all had a lot of fun, and I'm just so excited to get this out there and relive some of my old glory days, I guess. And along with the tester photos in the group, a lot of us have been doing some hacks and some modifications to the patterns because we can never just leave anything alone. So be on the lookout for those as well. Also during the release, I'm going to be doing like a super cool giveaway. I ended up buying a ton of accessories to use for my photo shoots, and now I have like doubles of everything. I have extra boots, I have extra bracelets and chokers and just belts, everything. So I'm gonna bundle it all together, or maybe do a couple smaller bundles, and we'll do some giveaways so that your grunge look can be complete. Now, before I get out of here, I just kind of wanted to go over just a few tips and tricks when working with woven, just because I know a lot of people in the group have only worked with strictly knits, and I know that testing was a little bit of an eye-opener for some of my testers, so I'm just going to go through a few things just to maybe make it easier for you and list some stuff that I think is important. When you are doing any woven pattern, you need to measure yourself before each project. With knit, we all know that has so much give. I'm a size 10 on top, but I guarantee you I can squeeze into a size 2 with the right fabric. People can also get away with being like, I'm ready to wear, I'm a size 4, so they make a size 4 and well, it's knit. Yeah, maybe sometimes that works out. That is not going to work out with woven. All of these patterns are drafted per the measurements, so it's so important to measure yourself and have those measurements be accurate to start. Grading is strongly encouraged. In general, there are going to be more adjustments that you have to do to your pattern with woven than you do with knit. I know at some point we all got away from making muslins. I don't really know why that happened, if it maybe was because there were so many knit patterns with PDFs, but I strongly suggest making a muslin for every single woven pattern that you do. It's just going to make adjustments easier and you will get less frustrated in the end. Just like with knit, there are a ton of different types of woven fabric. Always pre-wash your fabric. Woven tends to shrink more than knit does, so even if you do get away with not pre-washing some of your knit, I almost guarantee your woven will shrink. With woven fabric, you are always going to need to finish all of your seams. You're going to have to hem everything. Woven frays and ravels, not like knit. It's not that you can leave an unfinished hem. Make sure you check your machine settings because those could differ between woven and knit fabric. Make sure you're using the right kind of needle. What we found was most important during testing is stay stitching. Stay stitching is just doing a stitch around like curves around the arms, around the neckline, just because woven fabric, when cut on a curve or cut on the bias, it does stretch a little. So to keep all of that really nice and secure, we do a lot of stay stitching. That is not a step to skip in the instructions. Another thing to take into consideration is you're going to be doing a lot of pressing. I think at some point we all got away from pressing too. So get your iron ready, because there's a saying with woven that if you're not pressing in between each step or not pressing each seam, you're doing it wrong. It's really important, and it makes your garment look so much better when all the seams are pressed. And I also want to mention, I know a lot of people do kind of shy away from zippers. Zippers are not scary. It is a bit of a learning curve, and the first one you put in may not look perfect, but every one that you do, you're going to get better and better. And it's actually really satisfying to install a zipper. It's like a whole new level. In the end, I feel like woven patterns do take a little bit more time than knits, but to get away kind of from the idea of fast fashion and actually tailoring your clothes to fit your body, it's really important that you understand the grading and adjustments. Learning all about how to adjust for your body does make you a better sewist in the end. I cannot wait to see what this group does with all of these new woven patterns. They impress me every day with all of their knit creations, and they're always so proud of themselves. So I can't wait to see that same reaction from getting a pattern and sewing one up with woven. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today to see the big reveal of this new collection. That has been a ton of work, and this is only the beginning. I started this whole new goth and grunge. It was like a G&G type of thing. So we will be adding to that section on the website all year long. This is basically just the big starter pack. I'm so excited to be moving in a new direction, and I'm so happy that you all have enjoyed the sneak peeks. I know I'm a tease, and I can't wait to get this all out to you on Friday. So grab all your woven fabric, and I'll see you tomorrow.